In this video, we will be stuffing our frog. So you remember the last step, we left an opening in the side of the frog so that we can push our stuffing through. You have a 100% wool stuffing, and when you get it, it's probably going to be a little bit compressed. Wool does tend to compress together. So when you pull it out of the bag, you want to just kind of pull it apart and fluff it up a little bit. You're going to start with the eyes, and you want to use just a small piece of batting at a time and push them right up into those eyeballs. So I want to start at the points that are furthest away from my hole where I'm pushing my stuffing through and fill those first. So I'll start with his eyeballs, and I want just a little piece of fabric or felt, excuse me, a little piece of batting at a time to push up into those eyes and get them shaped out really nicely. So little by little, it's better to start with too little and add more than it is to have a big lump of batting that you have to try to shift around or take out and redo. Stuffing is one of those things that you should take your time about. It's really tempting with stuffing to do it quickly because you want to see what the finished product looks like. But stuffing is actually one of the biggest art parts of making a stuffed animal. To get the stuffing right is really important. So I'm going to go ahead and stuff those eyeballs. I like to stuff them pretty firmly. Wool does tend to compress over time, so it'll kind of push together a little bit more over time. So I like to fill it pretty full. And you do want to make sure as you are pushing those pieces of batting into place and stuffing into place that you don't push your finger through your hand sewn seams either. So it's a balance between stuffing firmly but not pushing so hard that you break your seams. And that's just something you'll just have to feel as you work with it. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that my eyeballs are full, and then I'm going to work my way down the head. So I want to fill the eyeballs and the head first and get those just as I like them. Then I'll move out to the fingertips and move into the arms and then down into the torso. It's good to start with the pieces that are farthest away from your opening. And so I'm going to use my pinky because those are tiny little finger or toes up there. So I'll use my pinky to stuff that batting right up into that fingertip of that frog. You can use your fingers. You can use your pinky finger if you need a little bit of smaller thing. Some people use chopsticks to push batting into small areas of their stuffed toys. You can do that if you just really like to. I've made these so that fingers will fit. But if you'd prefer to use a chopstick, that will work. You just have to be a little bit more careful that you don't push those through your seams, because that can happen a lot more easily with the stick. Whatever you use, it needs to have a blunt tip on it if you decide to do that. But I find that my fingers work just fine. I'm pushing out the stuffing into the fingertips first. It is important to get the stuffing way out into the fingertips first before you try to stuff the arm. And just put little bits in at a time, especially with those arms and legs, the fingers and the toes. All right, now that I've got my arms pretty well done, I'm going to go ahead and work my way down past the neck and fill out the area between the neck and the two arms. And as you're doing that, you just want to make sure that you don't have any empty spots in between the arms and the body. So I'll continue to work my way through and add more stuffing. I'm just going to put a little at a time in. I think I may have actually even put just a little too much for that leg, but I'm going to make it work. I'm going to push it around and get it out into the toes. Then I'll just continue adding more and more stuffing to fill out the legs. Like I said, I like to stuff my plush toys pretty firmly. I'm going to go ahead and show you the whole process of stuffing. It is, like I said, an art form, and it does tend to be one of the more challenging parts to get just right. It's one of those things that people practice at, and it is one of the really places where you can be really creative and artistic. I think the way that you stuff a plushie kind of adds personality to its look. So take your time. He's coming together really well. I've got his legs pretty well stuffed and his arms pretty well stuffed. So now I'm going to continue to stuff the rest of his body, filling out the spaces between where the legs and arms are in that torso. As I'm doing this part, I really do want to kind of just stuff him so that I'm kind of stuffing him out the hole there, out the opening. So I just want to stuff the parts that are furthest away from that opening first, and get closer and closer to the opening as he's filled up. Let's continue filling him up. And now I'm getting very close to being finished. Now it's mainly a job of just filling up the torso. I'm starting to put larger pieces of batting and stuffing in now because I don't have the little fine spots left to do. I can just start really just filling up that big torso. I like to stuff him very firmly. You notice that in his leg he had a little crease, so he had a spot that didn't have much stuffing in. So I'm going ahead and just pushing my finger down to make more stuffing in that spot. And there we go. And as I stuff him, I'm kind of shaping him and sort of seeing where there are spots that are wrinkly or don't have enough stuffing, and really getting the stuffing into the spaces and pulling him around and kind of stretching and squishing him. Now I'm going to stuff just a little bit more right on that edge so that he doesn't have a big empty spot there. You want to stuff him pretty full right up to the edge. But I think he's done. I think I'm happy with that. And that's it.